Hey, I'm Mary J Blige, and you're watching PunchBowl TV. The very first My Life album, we were in such a dark, like really heavy place, borderline suicidal. I know I was, and I was crying out for help. I didn't know anything. I didn't know how to get anything. I didn't have understanding. I was just hurting and abused and just all kind of stuff. And when I released this album, 4 million people responded to it, like to say, Mary, we're going through it too, but you're the only one that can speak it out loud. This My Life 2 album is an evolution and an extension and of just growth of how far we've come. Life cannot go on and your journey cannot continue if you don't have understanding that there will be trials and tribulations. There will be blood. There will be, life is going to be life. This is a real movement. This is a real life. When I spoke up on the My Life album, it was real deal. When I spoke up on Behind the Music, it was real. You have to be willing to kind of shed whatever the people paint you as a superstar is, because I always shed that and just show my naked self. I haven't seen anybody not yet, that would do that. I've seen people acting, but I haven't seen anybody that's really willing to sacrifice their life to save someone else's. The only pressure with this album was to how do we take the right music, get the right music, because how do we, conceptually it rolled in. It is what it is. But how do we grab a sample that hasn't been used and make that sample great, and that sample great on this album? And what producers do we use, that we haven't used? I never felt that a collaboration needed to happen with Beyonce and I. Beyonce gave me the record. She sent the record to me fully blown with her vocals on it. And her people, when I heard the record, I was like, wow, this record is incredible, because they kept saying and running me down, we have a record for you, we have a record for you. When the record came, Beyonce's vocals was on it. And so I asked, reluctantly, I was like, you sure? She wants to give this record up. They was like, yeah, she wants to give it up, but she wants to stay on it. So she actually wanted to be on the record with me, and I was like, the record is great, and she wants to be on it, and it's not like she's whack or anything like that, so I wouldn't mind, and she can really sing, she's talented, and she offered it. I didn't want to be like, no, I don't want you to do it, I wouldn't do that. What I see in Drake is something that so many young artists really need to get, and he's a hard worker. He's not only a great rapper, he's a writer, he's a singer, he's an actor, and he does the work, and I think on those type of beats that, Mr. Wrong is, like, I selected him specifically for the way he rides those beats and kind of sing raps like that. He's just amazing. He's a gentleman, first of all. He has so much respect for women, that I've seen. And I like that. A lot of the stories on a lot of the songs, well, a couple of songs on the album, like Feel Inside, is one of the songs that was inspired by some of the stories from people, from women that, they look like they have it all together and everybody think they have it all together, but at home it's a disaster, but they can't tell anybody how they feeling inside. Empty Prayers is a song about a woman. She's praying for this man to love her, but she's praying against his will. He doesn't love her. She's asking God, for him to love her, and he just doesn't. But when you hear the song, you're gonna be like, oh wow, this is crazy. Why is about, why can't we just get it right, And it happens in life. You end up, even in your marriages and your relationships, sometimes you hit that bump where you're like, my God, like why we can't get this right? And Feel Inside, because there's so many women out there that can't say how they feel. This is Act 1, 2 is coming in May. What it is we did like 50 songs. Like so many songs came out of this. It's just a spillover, for the next one. What the Nina Simone role? Well, I didn't always want the role. It just came to me, and I've been prepping for it for 5 years ever since. And it's been challenging, prepping for it. The French, and she's a very complex woman that was an activist, and she was into a lot of things, and just I would have to revisit some very dark, like super dark places to play this role. Right now, I'm proving everything that I need to prove without trying to prove it, by just doing what I'm doing. Just the music, the My Life 2 album that's coming, the movie, The Rock of Ages, is coming in June, and some surprises. Life is life, and your journey still continues. Even if you make 1,000 mistakes, you can fix it, you can do better, and don't beat yourself up about life. It is what it is. Hey everybody, I'm Mary J Blige. Please make sure you get the My Life 2 album, The Journey Continues, Act 1, in your stores, online, on iTunes, November 21st. Please, don't miss it.